What is the voice of God? The voice of God is everywhere. It's within us and it's around us. However, it stems from a part of the brain that controls the vocal cords. And that part of the brain is called the laryngeal motor cortex and is located at the frontal lobe. And is known, quote unquote, as the commanding center. Now, yes, our voice comes from our larynx, which is located just above the trachea and below the pharynx. Now, in a previous video, not too many, well, it was a while back, but the voice is also in connection with the vagus nerve. Some notes. So the brain sends power through the vagus nerve to move the cords. Now, when I was talking about the 12 tribes of Israel and how they were in correlation with the 12 cranial nerves, I came to realize that the tribe of Levi is associated with the vagus nerve. Now, this tribe is responsible for the tabernacle, which is the brain stem, teaching and music. So, the frontal lobe, like we said before, the laryngeal motor cortex is located at the frontal lobe, but the frontal lobe is the conductor. It directs activity in the rest of the brain. Now, when you talk about the voice, when, like I said, the voice of God is everywhere. News, media, the things that we pay attention to or resonate with, we are soaking up the information, if that makes sense. For instance, the things that we listen to. But when we are going to sleep, some of us listen to subliminal, some of us listen to certain frequencies that aligns us with whatever we're trying to achieve while we're sleeping. Our brain is still awake. Parts of our brain is still awake, right? So we're taking in the information, or our reticular activating system is functioning as accepting or denying the information that we're receiving, or we're being programmed. So when we're programming our brain at night, especially, but also throughout the day, our brain is either accepting or denying the information that we're receiving. So the things that we listen to, the things that we're paying attention to, that voice, because the vocal cords alone are a vibration. So we're listening to other vibrations. I'm not going to say other gods, but other energies of God in that moment that we're listening, or our brain is listening. That's why it's important for the environment that we're in. The environments that we're in, ultimately, I'm not going to say it does help or harm our nervous system. The things that we soak up or the things that we reject has an impact on our reality. Because ultimately, the God energy is frequency. The voice of God is a commanding energy. It's commanding things to go our way. What we say we don't want, or we say we do want, God is listening all the time. And God commands what man is promising through man's words. Our words hold power. Life and death is in the power of the tongue. Like I said, the voice of God is everywhere. if the vocal cords, it can be yours, it can be from your voice, it can be from the voice of music, it can be from the voice of speech. Like I said, subliminals, the music that we listen to, those are affirmations. We're taking in the affirmations as if we are collecting data for our brain to download, and so that we can attract the rest of the frequency that download is programmed and functioning on. So, voice, vocal cords. So those affirmations, such as you are saying, you talking to other people is talking to another reflection of yourself. So you're saying you are bright, you are mighty, you are powerful, you are omnipotent, you are, powerful. You separates the ego. It separates the I. When you're talking to you, you're talking to God. When you're talking to yourself, you're talking to God. Being alone is in the presence of God, right? However, everything that's music, books, talks, all of this is the presence, it is being in the presence of God. Vocals, you have do, re, mi, la, ti. Now, what does this have to do with anything? These all have frequencies. 262. This is 294. This is 330. 349. 40. 4. Oh, this was 392. 4. These are frequencies. This music, if you've ever studied music, you have do, re, mi, fa, la, la. That is the voice of God. The voice is powerful. Voice, vocal, voice. I should have started with this. Voice, vocal cord. I put an H because chords have to do with vibrate, your vibrator. Me. When you're listening to music and you go into a trance when you continuously listening to that such music, God is commanding your reality to shift into the form of that music that you're listening to. Vocal cords. This is vibration. Like I said, when I say the voice of God is everywhere, it's not just your voice, because the things that you speak in your tongue also comes to life, right? However, it's not just you. It's the commanding presence of other, not other voices, but because we are all one. This makes us all one consciousness. Because the things that you surround yourself with, the brain is, how do I explain it? Okay, frontal lobe is picking up off of information from other people, other sources. It only hears that vibrato from the vocal cords. It hears someone talking. It hears something talking, and it hears something singing, but it's taking in the information. Okay? It is conducting and that information to direct its way back here to our subconscious, and it's reflected into our reality, into our world. That is why the voice of God is everywhere. It's not, it's in your home, it's in you, it's whatever you surround yourself with, or who you surround yourself with. Vocal cords. Then you have advertisements. Okay, you see them advertisements on, oh, you can buy this one, and if you do sleep with the TV on, you realize, I was just thinking, oh, you know what? The next day, after you were in your slumber and you had the TV on all night, oh yeah, you know what? Maybe now I should go buy me a 5 for 5. You know what I'm saying? Maybe some good food to eat or something. That is the voice of God. As funny as it may sound, voice of God. God itself is an energy, but your voice, the voice is everywhere. It's everywhere. It's in the school. It's what you allow yourself to hear. When you hear it, when you hear things such as, gossip, hearing insults, or hearing, hearing any and everything. When you hear it, the vocals, that person's vocals, is energy. It's a vibration. It's a magnetic pull. It is a frequency. Like I said, you got do, re, mi, fa, la, do, sol, do, da, 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 da. This comes from subliminals. Like I said, when you intentionally are trying to shape warp your reality into the way that you want it to be, you may listen to subliminals. You may listen to frequencies. You may, just listen to certain songs. Songs can either make you sad, depressed, happy, or relieved. Relieving of pain. Just overall, the things that you're taking in from the frontal lobe is sending signals and directing its way back to process the information that you're giving it. And whether or not it's accepting or rejecting it is going to produce to you the results of the effects that it has. So, the voice of God. Be careful with the voice of God, because, like I said, just remember, the voice God is omnipresent, omnipotent, and omnificent. Omnificent? Is it omnificent? Anyways, you know what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying. But voice of God is everywhere. It's within you. It's within ultimately. Ultimately, let me take that back. It is within you. Because, like I said before, you are the operator, the destroyer, and the generator. Whatever you allow your brain to absorb, whatever you allow your frontal lobe to absorb, it's going to send that information back and reflect its way and show right back to you. But that's it for the video.